On to our other big story tonight. Are the United States and Venezuela preparing for a possible war? Venezuela says it's launching a massive mobilization of military personnel, weapons and equipment in response to the buildup of US warships and troops in the Caribbean Sea.
As a republic, as a people, have to go to armed struggle to defend this sacred heritage of the liberators, to be ready to win.
14 weeks of threats that the gringos, who have 15 ships, who have 2,600 missiles, who have 100 planes, and now the biggest plane is coming, what's it called? The largest aircraft carrier in the world, called General Ford. Let the gringos do whatever they want. We are unshakable, and no one is going to take us off the path of producing, working, building of true and direct democracy and of the perpetual, blessed, and sacred peace of Venezuela.
According to Defense Minister Vladimir Padrino López, land, air, naval and reserve forces are carrying out exercises which he described as a response to the imperialist threat posed by the US buildup. In addition to regular military units, the exercises involve the Bolivarian Militia, a reserve force made up of civilians that was created by the late President Hugo Chavez and is named after Simon Bolivar, the revolutionary who secured the independence of numerous Latin American countries from Spain. Defense Minister Padrino López has attributed the order directly to Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro, and he says the objective of the exercise is to optimize command, control and communications and ensure the defense of the country. The move comes amid increasing tension between the two countries as the US buildup continues. On Tuesday, the US Navy announced the aircraft carrier USS Gerald R. Ford, America's largest warship, had arrived in the US Southern Command area of operations, which includes most of Latin America. US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth ordered the Ford to make its way to the Caribbean from Europe late last month. The strike group accompanying the Ford brings with it 9 air squadrons, 2 Arleigh-Burke-class guided missile destroyers, the USS Bainbridge and USS Mahan, the Integrated Air and Missile Defense Command ship USS Winston S. Churchill, and more than 4,000 sailors. The US has framed its buildup of forces in the region as being aimed at combating drug trafficking and the flow of drugs into the United States. It has carried out strikes on numerous alleged drug boats in recent weeks, killing at least 75 people. However, the Venezuelan president believes the US is trying to force regime change in his country, and some Trump administration officials have privately conceded that their strategy is aimed at removing Maduro. Last month, Trump said he had authorized the CIA to operate in Venezuela, and he has previously suggested he was weighing the possibility of strikes inside the country, though administration officials have since said the US is not planning any such action. In his statement on Tuesday, Venezuelan Defense Minister framed the deployment of his forces as part of President Maduro's wider Independence Plan 200, a civic military strategy aimed at mobilizing conventional military forces alongside militia and police forces to defend the country. Venezuela's conventional military, the Bolivarian National Armed Forces, has about 123,000 members. Maduro has claimed that his volunteer militias now have more than 8 million reservists, though experts have questioned that number as well as the quality of the troops' training. With the arrival of the Ford, there are thought to be roughly 15,000 US personnel in the region. A significant percentage of all deployed US naval assets were already in the region before the arrival of the Ford Group, including the Iwo Jima Amphibious Ready Group and the 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit, amounting to more than 4,500 Marines and sailors, 3 guided missile destroyers, an attack submarine, a special operations ship, a guided missile cruiser, and P-8 Poseidon reconnaissance aircraft.
Very secret plans. Well, let's say that. You know, what kind of a question is it? Look, we'll see what happens with Venezuela. Venezuela sent us thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people from prisons. from mental institutions, drug addicts, and so did other countries. That's the bad. I mean, other countries did it too, because we were run by very stupid people, very, very stupid people. Biden was the worst president in the history of our country by far. We had open borders, and many countries, the Congo, many countries, they sent their prisoners. They sent prisoners, they sent drug dealers, they sent drug addicts, they sent anybody that they didn't want. They sent them through our country. And Venezuela was one of the worst abusers. So.
The US has also deployed 10 F-35 fighter jets to Puerto Rico, which has become a hub for the US military as part of the increased focus on the Caribbean. Additionally, the US has deployed at least 3 MQ-9 Reaper drones to the island. Alongside the hardware, there are believed to be around 5,000 US troops in Puerto Rico. US bombers have also flown several training sessions near the Venezuelan coast, including a bomber attack demonstration in late October. Well, let's certainly hope that things do not escalate any further and we don't actually see an all-out military conflict between the two countries.